3. We alive. They stay running. It doesn't get any better than this. We are with the Newton South Tigers. The Dual County is here. There's a lot of talent in this chat, but most important, these kids are phenomenal student athletes, and I'm going to say to each and every one of them, I'm going to miss them competing. But as life, they must grow on and conquer the world and do amazing things. I am standing and Zooming with high jump extraordinaire Danny Collins. I am standing with 2 amazing distance runners, Ethan Jacunski, and last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, who I had picked to probably win the national title in the mile, had a great chance. Do not count her out, Lucy Jenks. So guys, we're taking our tour across Massachusetts, and I had to take my stop to Newton South just to say, you know, what you guys have done, not only for your school, for the Dual County, for the state of Massachusetts has just been phenomenal. The class of 2020 is really, really, really special. So Ethan and Lucy, because our distance guys, I'm gonna segue to you guys first. Let's give our jumper all the props, because the jumper doesn't get his props. But I'm standing with a man who's won a lot, and he's competed at a high level. He'll be taking his talents to the University of Duke this fall. Danny Collins, my main man, Danny. Danny, why Duke?
So in the summer when I was kind of getting recruiting, I was mainly focusing on kind of like the Ivy League, staying local. And then I had the opportunity to talk with Duke, and I kind of took it up mainly just so down the line I could tell my kids that I was recruited by Duke, but I wasn't really paying that much attention to it. And then when I had a home visit from them, I realized this is really, really serious. So I kind of did a deeper dive into the university. I fell in love with the school, fell in love with the coaches. During the home visit, my parents fell in love. They knew we'd be in good hands with the Ogilvies. Had an amazing official visit down there in September, and I pretty much fell in love with it from there and decided in October.
Excellent. Now, Ethan, your story is a little interesting because Newton South boys team was in position to do something really, really serious this fall, and you guys competed at a high level, but due to injury, you know, I just want to say first and foremost, I appreciate you supporting your teammates. You were at meets in a boat. Like, you know, like some kids may have just tucked it in and said, hey, man, 2 boots, right? 2 boots. And then before I know it, I seen you even trying to crush miles by indoors. I'm like, this kid is a warrior. So, Ethan, I just want to say I appreciate your resilience, your perseverance. I don't know where you're taking your talents to, where you were going to, what school you're attending to in the fall.
I'm going to Trinity College. It's a Division III school in the NESCAC in Connecticut. I'll be going there. Okay,
excellent. And are we healthy?
Yes, we're healthy.
First time
in a while.
Yeah, you know, and Ethan, I mean, bittersweet. You don't have to per se compete right now, but use this downtime to get healthy because you're taking your talents to the collegiate level. So you got a whole bunch of miles to crush. So I think this is actually a blessing in a disguise for someone like you. You can completely, fully heal and get in the right mindset when you get to Trinity. All right. And now, Lucy Jenks. Lucy, your story is another phenomenal one too, because I think a lot of kids can learn from you because many athletes, they love soccer and they start off in soccer, and you were a hybrid. You came late into the cross-country world. You were mainly running soccer. You have did like indoor and outdoor seasons, but the question remained, can Lucy Jenks run 3 seasons of cross-country? And in your first season in a tough Dual County, you sure definitely lived up to the hype. Then you took your talents to Nike, right? Nike, and then we qualified for Nike Nationals, right?
Yeah.
So that was an amazing run, and now you're taking your talents to Stanford University. And I have to assume any young lady that's a sub 450 miler had a lot of options around the country. Why Stanford?
Well, similar to Danny, I kind of just like went to the school and really like fell in love, and I felt like I could fit in there really well with the team, and I met the coaches who have now left, and I really liked them. But then I was able to meet and he came out. I just along with him really well too. So after my last April, so I saw it like pretty early on. Oh, sorry. Am I like? Can you hear me, or am I like breaking up?
Now you're good now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Breaking up a lot, I think we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. I don't know what's wrong with my like Wi-Fi. Where did I like leave off? What could you do?
I remember you mentioned that the staff that recruited you, we knew had left, but then you still started developing rapport and.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So then I was able to meet the new coach, and everything was just like really great with him. And I'd already knew that I got along with the team really well, and like I really liked the school and everything. So for me, it was a hard decision because I loved all my visits, and I really could have seen myself probably at all 4 schools. But for me, Stanford kind of just had everything I was looking for, and like the weather's really nice there too, and that's something I wanted. So yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. No, that's definitely fantastic. And guys, I just wanted to reach out to you because we're all going through it. Like I probably would have had several dual meets by now, an invitational. And as a coach, like I'm not connecting with kids. I feel like I'm out of my element as much as you guys miss, the training with your teammates, the competition. So we're all going through it. But I wanted to really emphasize to you guys how you guys had an amazing run and how special the class of 2020 is. I guess it's safe to say I got to really watch you guys grow. I've been doing media, interviews for 3 years now. This will be my 4th season this fall for cross country. So I can say that I got to see everyone's growth, and like it all came, at the right time. And I feel like I was part of your growth, and I got to see it sometimes from the outside looking in, but then as I got to build some type of dialogue and rapport with you guys all, I realized how dynamic you guys are. Like, when I'll start with Danny. Danny was somewhat injured a little bit indoors.
Mm-hmm.
So to see Danny at the meets, still there, representing the Tigers, to see Ethan there, representing the Tigers, like, to me, that said so much. Like, understanding school spirit, understanding morality, team morale, like, knowing, like, and I know, like, you guys really, really wanted to compete, but because of minor injuries, you guys still showed morale. And then even for you, Lucy, being the number one miler, like you have a target on your back, and you kind of carried that with grace.
Thank you.
There are athletes who are number one, and they're not always pleasant. They may not be as sociable, but like you were always cool with the press. You've always been, actually really polite and genuine with me, so I appreciate it. And I just want to say, man, like, what's everyone studying? We'll start with Danny. We'll work our way down to our distance guys. So, Danny, what will be your focus as far as academics at Duke?
At Duke next year, I'm not completely decided, but I'm planning on majoring in biophysics and minoring in visual arts.
Okay. Ethan?
So I'm also pretty undecided, but if I had to pick one right now, I'd be picking environmental science and environmental studies. Yeah.
Lucy?
Yeah, I'm also like undecided, but I'm thinking like maybe businessy type stuff or like economics, and then also like there's a specific major at Stanford that I'm interested in, which is like it's called like STS, and it's like a mixture of a bunch of things. So maybe that. We'll see. I don't know.
Hey, guys, no worry. We have a lot of downtime. And you know what? It'll come to you. Like when whatever that is, whatever road that you decide to go down as far as the academics, it'll come to you and you'll jump in it like you jumped in your races, your competition. You'll jump right into it and be very successful. Many of you guys have had highs, and our sport gives us the highs and lows. Some of you've had your lows with injuries, but do you mind sharing with me let's start with the lows, and then we'll start with the highs. Lucy, we'll start with you, then work our way up. Lucy won a lot, but has there been any lows in your career?
Yeah, I would say a low for me probably was this year was my first cross country season, and like I was so excited to just like go in and like make a name for myself in cross country, but I actually was injured for the first like month and a half ish of the season. So my first race was at the DCL meet, so I wasn't able to run.
She broke up. Luce?
You cut out, Lucy. You cut out.
Say that again.
You're on mute.
Luce.
Luce, you're on mute.
She's running.
I think she's gonna go outside and get better.
Sorry, I'm moving. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So
Is this better? So sorry about that.
No worries, no worries. We
Okay.
cut off. Your first race of the season was the DCL league meet at Franklin Park.
Yeah. So I missed out on all the like normal just league dual meets where it was like emphasis on the team and stuff, which I was really looking forward to for cross country. So I think it was just hard not having the season go exactly how I had envisioned it with that. So that was probably a low, and just like not being able to train with the team every day and kind of having to cross train. So yeah. And then a high, is that what I should say?
Yeah, now you're high. What would be the high?
Yeah. So my high was definitely this year winning the 4x8 with my relay team. Yeah. I just think, yeah, winning with the relay is for me always just like so much more exciting than winning alone, because every day I see like what all my teammates do, and just being able to share that with them and like translating all the hard work we've done in practice to like the big stage is pretty awesome. So yeah.
All right. I guess Ethan, Danny, I don't want to be redundant, but let's talk about it. Because I did see that you guys have battled back from injuries and adversity. What were your lows in your career? What were your highs, gentlemen? I'll start with you, Ethan, and we'll work our way up to our jumper, Danny.
All right. So my low was also probably this fall, cross country. Same with Lucy. So I was coming off probably my strongest like running season last outdoor, and came into the summer like ready to go. I knew we had a strong team that was capable of doing some pretty big things. And then I ended up like spraining my ankle over the summer, which led to like some shin problems, and that like some occurring shin problems that had already happened like a year before. And then I was just kind of being dumb and kept running on it. And then I ended up in the 2 boots for like a good month and a half. So it kind of like cut off cross country for me. But yeah, I was pretty upset because I wanted to be there with my team. Like they did pretty amazing as well. I got like 3rd at D1, 2nd at DCLs, but I would have loved to have helped them out and see if we could have placed a little bit higher. But yeah, this fall cross country was my low for running.
What was the high in the last 4 years?
And then the high might have been the divisional meet in outdoor last year, where it was a pretty hot day, but like the whole team was coming in ready. We had been really grinding out workouts, doing well the weeks leading up to it, and almost every single kid on the team got a PR that day, which led our like emerging elite DMR to qualify for New Balance Nationals. So those 4 of us that were in it, we all got a like huge PR that day, which made it able to happen. And that was just like a great day. Divisional meet outdoor. Yeah.
I love that. Danny?
So my low was pretty much this whole indoor season. So I was planning on coming in to kind of kill it in indoor. So I trained most of the summer and all of the fall. I was really motivated. I was going after 6'10" and 7 feet for my 2 goals respectively. I'd kind of lost to David Ajama all of my high school career, so I felt like I was kind of the heir to the throne this year. So I was really trying to come in. I had my first meet, went well. I jumped 6'6", and then I pretty much got taken out for the whole rest of the season. I didn't really jump again.
And highlights and highs of the.
My high kind of connects a little bit to Ethan's. So they had the DMR was running at nationals, and I think they're supposed to be running on a Sunday. And I was jumping EE on Friday, so our paths weren't going to be crossing at nationals. And the only way we crossed is if I jumped for championship. So at all states last outdoor, I had to jump 6'8". So I jumped 6'8", and with the big crowd. I tied David Ajama. He beat me on jumps, but I got second at all states, and that sent me to championship nationals, so I could cross paths with the boys in the DMR.
You know what I'm loving about this interview is that all 3 of you have discussed your highlights is really kind of the team thing and representing the team. I'm not too familiar with Ted Norton, but the one coach that I am very familiar with, he's actually one of my mentors, believe it or not. Coach McChesney is my guy. Like, I got nothing but love for Steve McChesney. But the Newton South program has always been historically good. And I'm going to start with you, Lucy. So Lucy, going into the 4x8, I was like, Coach was like, I got some young girls coming, Coach. I got some young girls coming. And I was like, yeah, but what about the girls who are on the opposite side of your conference, the Boston Latin girls? And, you know, we all thought, where and when will Lucy get the baton? Will she lead? Will she anchor? Can we discuss right now, and Ethan and Lucy, you can share with this. You can talk about this. Can we talk about the younger athletes that are coming up and student athletes that are coming up in Newton South? They have a lot of potential. A lot of them are really, really, really talented. What could you say to them? Because we don't want to put any pressure, because everyone is unique in their own. There's one Danny Collins, there's one Ethan, there's one Lucy. They can't replace those people. But how do you say to the young generation at Newton South how to be comfortable being yourself and wanting the the individual as well as the team success? What do you say to the next generation of Newton athletes? We'll start with you, Lucy.
Yeah, I would say that the cool thing about running, I feel like, is a lot of it is like what you put in, you're gonna get out, and it's like a sport that, like, if you work hard and you're staying healthy, like, you're gonna be able to see the results. So I would say just like keep working hard. And I know, like, I train with these girls every day, and I know how hard that they've all worked, and it's shown. So I think just like keeping up the mentality of our team, just to like constantly be working hard and trying to do our best, has made us like a really good team for like many years. And Steve is just like an amazing coach. So I think just having that be like the mentality of our team and just like keeping that going for the years to come is a good way to go about it.
Ethan, Dual County, still wide open, right?
Yeah.
South is back. South will be back.
Yeah, we're not really losing anybody. Yeah.
What do you say to the young men who will be following in your footsteps? Because you guys have unfinished business, I think.
Yeah. So, well, this year they were without, like, I didn't race at DCLs or states, and they still play super high, and they are not losing anyone from the top 6 runners from this past cross-country season. So they're all returning as seniors. They're all super hungry, and they all are coming off great indoor season. So I would just say, like, keep it up. Like, I know they're all like grinding right now. This summer they're going to be grinding all together, hopefully, but they are hungrier than ever. And I know that is rubbing off on the entire team as well, seeing how like the team culture is now so like focused on like grinding out these runs and workouts and seeing the improvement in the meet. So like there's nothing more I can really say, but they just have to like keep up their mindset and it'll pay off.
Well point. Well taken. I appreciate that. Danny, you're in a unique situation because as cross country guy, you were just jumping by yourself. But what do you say to the next wave of student athletes? Because there's gonna be a kid, a young man that's gonna come in and look at those records, and someone's gonna chase it. Someone's gonna go after that 6'8". What do you say to that kid who's gonna eventually one day potentially break that?
Well, I would just say hopefully that the teammates below me that have been kind of mentoring just continue to pass down the tradition and pass down the craft, and make sure that they stay motivated. Like also, like Ethan said, we've got a lot of the young bucks that are really hungry, and so I just hope that we keep passing it down. Like I had mentors ahead of me that were teaching me that I kind of passed on their tradition, and hopefully they can pass on mine as well. And I want them to be my record because that means that I had a say and a help in them beating me. So I want them to do as best as they can.
No, I'm without a doubt. I know that you guys are going to pay it forward. Without a doubt, I'm 100% that Newton South program will not miss a beat on the boys or the girls' end. So much talent there. So guys, Mother's Day is coming up. I think this is an opportunity. We got to give a special shout out. Let's give a salute. Can you guys take a time out right now? Let's give a shout out to the first coach in your life. That was Mom. We'll start with you, Lucy. Let's give Mom some props right now.
Yeah. Well, my mom's the best. Whenever I'm racing, I always hear her like screaming, "Go Lulu!" like literally each lap. So yeah, she's awesome, and my parents always are like really supportive of me. So yeah.
Happy Mother's Day, Miss Jenks. Ethan.
Yes, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, so for my mom, she was the one who actually got me into running. So she went to like Wellesley High School when she was a kid, and she's been running ever since, and she's run a couple marathons. But I always grew up not running, and then she would like kind of pressure my brother and I to run, and then going into high school, she really wanted us to, and I just like want to thank her for like bringing that upon me. And like, I don't know, she also like knows what to do with some injuries and stuff, so it's just like a good resource to have, and it's been nice.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. Danny,
How
about that amazing lady, Miss Collins? Talk about it.
My mom's also the best, super
She
energetic.
is. His mom is the best.
During competitions and meets, actually, she gets really nervous when I'm jumping. So she'll be way up in the stands, kind of hiding. She's still watching. She's still watching everything I'm doing, but she's kind of watching through her fingers. She also got me into running. She kind of gave me my competitive spirit. She actually ran in college. She ran for Holy Cross, so that's where she met my dad as well. Yeah, she's the best.
Okay, yeah. No, this is beautiful. Yes, family, guys. I can only stress it. Family is so important, especially in this day and time. So let's continue to have these meaningful conversations. And guys, make sure you make it special for these women in our lives this weekend. Make sure they have an amazing Mother's Day because, the stress level, the anxiety, everything's going on with COVID. But let's get that off their mind for a little bit and just say thank you for everything that you've done. And I want to say, like I've said, and I'll keep on saying it, I want to say, thank you for everything, man. Danny, thank you for just being transparent when it came up to you. Ethan, the same way. Lucy, the same way. You guys have been phenomenal. I have no problems. I have nothing but accolades because for me, there's a lot of kids that are talented, but what's your character? Do you have integrity? And I'm never questioning that, the three that I have in front of me right now in the Zoom. You guys have been really, really been great ambassadors of the sports. And I think my only probably bittersweetness is not seeing you, I guess, Danny, you going after it because you were the number one seed, number one returner coming back for a high jump. And same thing with you and Ethan. Ethan, me being in D1, well, I'm a D3 guy because in the fall I'm at the city, but indoor and outdoor I'm at St. John's Prep. So all outdoors. We were just focusing on trying to do what we do in D1, and you guys were definitely on our radar. So I really appreciate everything that you've done for Newton South, and then especially in you as well, Lucy, because there's been so many great runners I've watched in the last 4 years. Caroline Berry has gone by. It's my girl who went to Princeton, Claire Martin.
Yeah.
Um,
Danny's sister, Katie Collins.
Katie Collins. So there's been a lot of like real amazing runners that came through Newton South, girl milers, and it's just refreshing to see how you handled it with grace. You know, because it's not easy. Like you were already put in the box. I felt like they already put you on the podium, and you didn't run your first race yet. Like, well, if she can run this time in the mile or this time in the 2 mile, then this translates to the cross country season. And, you know, I've obviously knew about the injury because I'm very close with Coach McChesney. I consider him one of my mentors. So to watch you run your first race at Franklin Park, it is not like you ran against mediocre competition. You know, Deuel County is really, really good. Very serious, high end. So you had to go against the Concord Carlisle girls, the Boston Latin girls, and like for you to have that first race and then to see you, I guess, make adjustments at D1s, make adjustments at all states. I didn't get to travel to Nike Regional, but I was there in spirit. So I just want to say, yeah, I'm happy to see that all three of you guys are healthy. All three of you guys are taking your talents to the next level. No worries about what you're going to study because from, I guess, my experience, I'm a 41-year-old man. And I just think that like the way we approach like our sport is the way we'll approach like our academics. So I have 100% that once that major and minor, whatever the field of study dawns upon you, you guys are going to lock right in. They're telling me I have 9 minutes left. So I just want to say on behalf of this Bay State running community here, I want to say once again, thank you for everything that you've done. You guys have been ambassadors of the sport. And as I go around the Commonwealth, I have so much confidence that once COVID ends, you guys are the future of my state, future of my country, and the future of the world. And I have, without a doubt, I speak with conviction that you guys are going to be brilliant. You're going to change the world to be a better place. And I want you to be healthy so that we can continue this dialogue. Because as Bay State running continues to evolve, you know, we want to cover the class of 2020 as you guys move on to the college ranks. And I'll give more content. So please, 2 things. I want to challenge you, what you guys are already doing, continue to develop the relationships with the younger athletes, as well as the coaches there, check in with them, pay that forward, which you guys already do. And then for me, I might be a little bit selfish, but check in with us, man. And it doesn't have to be per se the Zooms and all that. Like if we're going live, jump into the group chat, send me a message because I think that speaks volumes because there'll be kids that are going to be watching this Zoom and then like, wow, I never knew that Lucy was like this. Ethan was like this. Danny was like this because this shows another side. We're not competing right now. So this is just us being transparent, us being in our respective space. And this is who we really are. So I just want to say thank you once again on behalf of Bay State Running for everything that you guys have done and that, you know, I think the best has yet to come. Like Lucy, as crazy as it sounds, Danny, crazy as it sounds, Ethan, as crazy as it sounds, I really believe you guys have just started to scratch the surface of greatness. I don't even think that we even got there. So Lucy, when you're at the 4:30 mile, make sure that we get that text, man. And Danny, when you hit that 7 feet
I
high
don't know about
jump,
that, but thank you.
I mean, why not? Why not, Lucy? Why not? Right? Why not? And Ethan, why can't we be a Division III All-American? Why not? Why not? Right? We have another 4 years to get there. You have another 4 years, and The only difference is that you even have more time, because in high school, there's not fifth-year seniors that go to prep school. So you could probably redshirt a year and still have an additional year to attack those goals. So please keep in contact with me. I want to give a special shout out to your coaches, because they've done a fantastic job, I feel, with developing you guys. Can we share some light on your coaching staff, and just, if you guys want, individually, give them some shout outs?
Yeah. I'll go first. Yeah, so Steve I feel like everyone knows, but he's just like such a good coach, and not only just like writing workouts and helping us become better runners, but like he really is just like such a good person, and he is the perfect balance of like encouraging, but he never puts pressure on us, and just really like is always inspiring us and motivating us. A lot of the times I feel like what we need is that extra boost of confidence, and he always is able to give that to us. And never once, when I was still playing soccer, he never pressured me to run or do too many, like do outdoor when I was playing club soccer or do cross country. Like I came to all those decisions by myself because of like the program he had created and how much like he made me love the sport. So I credit like a lot of my success to him, and just like showing me how to love the sport. So yeah.
Ethan, Danny, before you go, Lucy, I'm going to add on to that. I credit Coach McChesney for some of my coaching success, because Coach McChesney comes up to Foss every year, and Coach and I go on walks. I mean, people do not know how long me and him walk for, hours upon hours, and I'm picking his brain because, I'm like, Steve, your girls were faster than my boys when I started. Like, the city champion was running 5:01. Like, you had girls faster than my boys. Like, how did you do this? And Steve he didn't keep the secrets. He showed me the workouts. He dug deep. He said, this is what we do. Try this and try that. So I'm Coach McChesney, man. Thank you. Ethan, your floor.
All right. So for my coach, he's a super quiet guy, which is probably why you don't really know him that well, but he's pretty low key, but he's also super, super knowledgeable. And he's also like a part-time like marathon coach. So his knowledge with like distance runners and all the like, I don't know, getting like technical with it and all the science behind like getting faster, the mileage, the aerobic base, he is so knowledgeable in that. And I just want to like thank him for like bringing that upon myself, and all of his like workouts that he writes and all of the like long runs, they all have like such a thought process behind it. And when I am healthy running these workouts and stuff, I have always seen improvement every single season. So like under him, I've been improving, and yeah, I just want to thank like his background knowledge, and yeah, he just knows what he's doing, I think.
Who's this man? Let us know who this guy is.
Coach Ted Norton.
Coach Norton in the house. Absolutely.
Yep.
Danny.
So I completely agree with Ethan. Coach is a super technical guy. If you have a question, he can break it down, science, muscles, and like why you need to be doing this. But I think his greatest attribute is that sometimes for the young men that step onto the team, he'll take a step back, and he'll kind of let you do stuff on your own. But he's always watching, so that if you fall and fail, he'll pick you back up, but he'll let you fail, which is why we kind of have that great tradition of boys becoming men on this team. And we're really like kind of learn on our own, but he's always there when you need him, but he'll let you kind of learn and fail on your own, which is why I think that's super important. And that's why we keep improving every season, like me and Ethan have.
That is huge. Guys, I got to get ready. I just want to say, on behalf of Bay State Running, again, on the bottom of my heart, you guys have been amazing competitors. I've seen some of the highs and I've seen some of the lows, but behind that, you guys are amazing people. And I just want to continue. Don't change who you guys are, please. Continue to have the character and integrity. Take this talent to the respective schools that you guys are going to. And I am looking forward to the success. So Danny, when you jump 7 foot, Coach H is gonna be like, I'm not surprised. I was expecting that. Ethan, when you're sub 1540 in the 5K, 1530, I'm not gonna be shocked because I expected that. And Lucy, when that 430 bomb drops and we win the Pac-10 mile, right? I'm gonna be like, told you. This was just, you lucky that she didn't get you guys an indoor and outdoor. So Lucy, wish you nothing but the best. All you guys. I use like the regular Zoom, so I only have 40 minutes. So it's telling me I have less than a minute. It's gonna cut me off. So like, Zoom, you only do 40 minutes of recording unless you do the pro account. So I don't want to get cut off in this interview. So I just want to say.
Also, Coach H, I think I speak from Ethan and Lucy in behalf on the whole South team. We appreciate everything you've done for the Bay State Live and all the Bay State interviews, being at all the meets with all the enthusiasm, having the ability to be called a main man by you once in a while. We appreciate it. We always tune in. We love to see what you're going to say next. We appreciate you just making everything fun and entertaining.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
Yes.
No, guys, I
I
appreciate
agree.
you. Iron sharpens iron. I couldn't be who I am if it wasn't with you. Before we go, I dreamed just like you. I was in your grade. I was a senior once, and I had dreams, and if someone back then would talk to me about my dreams, how special that would have meant to me. So I understand. It resonates. So thank you guys for everything.
Oh, thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Peace, man.